Hey guys, how are you? Okay, we're just going to go through an ethanol still here for those that are serious about making ethanol for their vehicle. Okay, what I started out with was 40 pounds of sugar, 2 bags of yeast. Let it ferment for about 4 or 5 days to bring it up to around about 16% alcohol, 17% alcohol. And then pour that fermented product in the 15-gallon keg. 15-gallon keg has 2 electrical elements. And I use the 2 just to bring up the temperature much quicker, and then disregard one of them when I actually get the still up to 10. Okay, so this is a 3-inch still. I have a conversion here going to a 2-inch barrel here. This is around about 7.5 feet tall. Again, it's a modular still, so you can always add to this. There is a part here if you like to take this up another 2 feet, 4 feet, you just keep adding parts to it. And again, you're going to get a higher ABV, cleaner product. So, again, I couldn't add this to it because my shed is not big enough or tall enough. But anyway, so yeah, you can add segments to this as long as you want. You can actually disregard segments if you wish. But anyway, you wouldn't want to do that for ethanol. So I have got half Rasheet ring in here. Rasheet rings is a little ceramic ring. I have half filled with that, and the other half is filled with copper mesh. Okay, so I'm just going to go through what we're producing here. It's around about 3,600 mils an hour. So it's just around a gallon an hour. We're producing around about 88-89%. The ethanol coming out, or the ethyl alcohol coming out, is quite cold. It's around about 51-52 Fahrenheit, so you have to add a percentage to it, so it brings it up to around about 88-89%, which is not too bad for a gallon an hour. Okay, so if you run 2 of these in one day, you should come out with around about 5 gallons of ethanol in a couple of runs, which is enough ethanol for a vehicle. Again, if you want to get serious with this, you can go to a 4-inch, or you can buy 2 of these and run them. You don't have to use electrical. You can actually use propane, or you can use over an open fire. Yeah, so we're producing about a gallon an hour. I'll go through. We have cold water coming into the condenser. It's getting slightly warm before it goes into the top condenser, and then leads through the coloured hose here, the red hose, and then leaves out. Leaves out around about anywhere between 85 and 110 Fahrenheit. And that's another part of this unit. If you like to regulate the cooling condenser up top, or the spiral condenser, you can actually have a thermometer up the top, where I've left a device up there. Put your thermometer in there, and you can regulate the temperature in this section here. This is a liquid management. Some call it a compound still, reflux still. The great thing about liquid management is you can regulate on how high you want your ABV, or alcohol by volume. So if you're doing a stripping run, if you've got a lot of product to go through, you can keep the tap fully open and do your run very quickly. And then when you've got all the ethyl alcohol ready, you can do a second distillation and turn the tap back and produce a high ABV. This will produce up to around about 95. I've got up to around about 95.4%, which is plenty good enough for vehicles. Actually, E85 is what you get from most of the local stations that are running ethanol, so this will do E85 very easily. Converting your car. There's a lot of disinformation out there. The majority of cars out there, actually all cars out there, can run on 50% ethyl alcohol or alcohol, and of course the other half would be fuel. If you like to convert your car, there is a place you can go to. Just go to David Blue. I'm advertising his book here, Alcohol Can Be As Gas. They sell a device there where it's easily to place on your car, and you can run 10% ethanol, 50% ethanol, 100% ethanol. Okay, and there's a lot of cars out there too on the marketplace, especially the newer cars, which are flex flex fuel vehicle. And if you have one of those, well guys, you can go straight into it, fill up ethanol like that, E85. That's really about it. So all I'm here for is just trying to advocate getting off of the addiction of the oil market. I think in the times we live in, I think the oil industry it's becoming quite expensive. Like in my country in Australia, you can pay up to $2.40, $2.50, $3 for a litre of gasoline, and if that was here in America, you'd be paying around about $10, $11 a gallon, which has already been paid for in Europe. So if I think that ever came to America, we'll all get a big wake-up call. Paying $10 to $11 a gallon for fuel, I think it's going to send a lot of people quite mad. So making a product like this, you can make ethyl alcohol for around about $1, $1.50 a gallon. If you have some acreage or if you know some farmers, you can grow sugar beets. Sugar beets will produce you 700 to 800 gallons an acre. Do some research on fodder beet. Fodder beet is like a sugar beet, a lot hardier. It's a larger, it's a larger plant, or it's definitely larger. It's 12 by 15 inches, and from a fodder beet you can produce up to 1,000 gallons per acre. Corn, not so great as a yield for ethanol. It's around about 250 gallons. So those farmers out there, get into fodder beets or sugar beets. So yeah, get your friends together, family, communities, and get yourself a still and produce ethanol. It's quite simple and very cost effective. You can make yourself a gallon of this material here for around anywhere between $1, $1.50 a gallon, depending where you get your product from. This product we buy in bulk. A ton of sugar can cost you around about $250 to $350 for a ton of sugar, and you can make a year's supply of fuel from that. And yeah, like an acre of fodder beets will definitely be a year's supply for a family vehicle, 1,000 gallons. So that's really about it. Quite simple. I definitely advocate getting this book, Alcohol Can Be as Gas, through David Bloom. The guy's been in the industry for around about 20-30 years. So go out, get the book, do a lot of reading, do some research. If you have any questions, hopefully I can answer them. If not, I'll do some research and give you the right information. So yeah, this comes in a 2-inch, comes in a 3-inch, and of course it comes in a 4-inch. And the larger you go, the more it produces. And then throughout mid next year, we're going to go to a 6-inch still, which is for those that would like to turn this into a small business and produce enough ethanol to supply a marketplace. Other than that, guys, this is a parrot. Parrot here is actually reading the proof of the alcohol. It is not needed. It's just a device that makes it quite simple to read for the alcohol coming out of the still. Okay, so that's about it. What I'm going to do is just a bit of an explanation about my coil that I have in the top here. For the 3-inch, I use a triple coil. 4-inch, I use a quadruple coil, and the 2-inch, I use a double spiral or a double helix. So I have a 1/4-inch spiral on the outside and 2 spirals on the inside, which is 3/16. As you can see in the back here, cold water runs in and the warm water leaves, as you can see up here. So that's what it would look like. This is what cools the ethyl alcohol down into a liquid, and that's what you're seeing coming out here. Anyway, so I hope I've helped out, and happy distilling. Let's get this movement going and start, getting off the dependency of oil and making our own fuel. Okay, and I think it is. Let's say this: it's in the next few years. I guarantee the oil industry is tightening its grip, and it's going to be charging a lot more for its product because of what's happening in the political arena out there. Anyway, guys, hope I've helped out. Bye for now, and see you again.